We're at the Uffizi Gallery for the inauguration of the brand new Vasari Auditorium. We spoke with the director of the gallery, Eike Schmidt, who explained to us the importance of these spaces.
In the Auditorium of Vasari, actually, we put the function of research and teaching into the center, research and education, which is the central function of a museum since in 1769 Grand Duke Pietro Leopoldo transformed the Uffizi from a princely collection into one of the first modern museums. In fact, the second one after the British Museum was founded exactly 1 decade earlier, but the British Museum at the time was a new foundation, a rather small museum. The Uffizi were already a gigantic collection, one of the greatest and largest in the world. And it was, in fact, Pietro Leopoldo who really gave a new mission to this collection, to use art, to perceive art for educational purposes and for research purposes. Now, with this auditorium, in fact, we put this original function back into the center of this series of rooms. We can actually connect those rooms with the collection, but we can also alternatively open it to the Uffizi Square and in fact have events such as lectures, symposia, and so on, with people coming out directly through the door from the city. Next to this room is a series of rooms which are dedicated to the history of the Uffizi. We start with the room of the sleeping Ariadne, one of the great and wonderful sculptures that was originally displayed in the Villa Medici in Rome, where it was purchased by Ferdinando I and came to Florence only in 1787 and has then been displayed in different parts. This in order to underscore the importance of ancient statuary as the basis of the collecting of the Medici. We move onwards to a room dedicated to the foundation of the Uffizi with marble reliefs from the late 16th century, copied and in fact blown up from the medals that were cast by Galetti and by Poggini, and which celebrate the political agenda of Grand Duke Cosimo I de' Medici and his deeds. Next room is dedicated to the workshop of Vasari, the architectural workshop, and we have models that were made for the Vasari exhibition, and ever since we're always in storage. Now they're visible in this context. And the last room is dedicated to Arata Isozaki, the great Japanese architect who won an international competition for Piazza del Grano on the easternmost side of the Uffizi, with the models with which he won this context, as well as with other models which show how throughout the decades from the 1960s onwards, ideas were developed to regain this important civic space for Florence, for the population of Florence and for the visitors.